Hey all, welcome to the monthly community chat. It's the November call. This is the agenda we have going on. So Jeff and I will talk about all the new wallet updates. We have Evan that's showing off the new mobile wallet, and Ataxia is going to jump on and give us an update on Rubik style. And then anybody can jump in and ask at any point. Anybody can jump in and ask questions, but mostly at the end, we'll have a Q&A. Just ask what you feel like asking, and we'll see if anybody can answer it. So with that said, Jeff, do you want to talk about some wallet updates?
Sure. How's everybody doing?
You might be muted, Jeff.
Am I muted? I didn't say I'm muted.
Okay, good now.
I'm good now?
Yeah, maybe it was me.
Okay. Yeah. Hello. I hope everyone's okay. I don't know. We don't think we have a lot of stuff to cover today, but hopefully we get some feedback and we can just launch into some stuff. I know Stu is supposed to come. I talked to him an hour ago and he was aware of it. So hopefully he can show up. I'm sure he'll field a bunch of questions. Am I coming in okay, Andy?
Yeah, sound good.
My mic's a bit away.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Good.
Good. Okay. Yumi's here. Fantastic. Yeah. So I don't even know when the last one was. Was it about a month ago, Andy?
Yep, it was end of October.
End of October. So man, a month just flies by. Really flies by. The one piece of software that's getting the most updates is probably the wallet. Found a really active developer. Lots of time, lots of free time, I mean. So there's lots of free time to pump out updates. But going through the GitHub issues, so along with new things, I'm just trying to slot in other things people have mentioned or wanted into his workload. So along with those updates that we push, hopefully I'm knocking off some people's feature requests and things like that. So I'm hoping people are happy with what's going on. Change passwords are now a thing, which seems so silly, but we got it now. Overall, the wallet I think looks and performs a lot better, just from a features standpoint. Just navigating around it, it just feels better. Setting transactions feels better. I have a lot of accounts, as most of the developers in here probably would attest to. You probably have a ton of accounts just from how it was previously set up. I can feel like I have a better control over all of my accounts right now, which is a lot better. Yeah, and if you have any more ideas on how we can figure that out, definitely put some GitHub issues up, because I do want to look at those more now than ever. Something Andy's been working on, and where we're putting in a lot of updates right now to get ready for this larger update, which will be moving the wallet from this kind of separate accounts type of paradigm to all your accounts under one seed phrase. Most people should be familiar with seed phrases. I think every other wallet uses them. When we first started developing the wallet, we had the choice to do seed phrases or not. And it was like, well, we got to get this out. We don't 100% know how to implement seed phrases. So let's just go this way. So now we're coming back around to that, and we're kind of meeting up with that decision. And as with any kind of development decision, you got to marry your previous decisions to your current ones. So Andy's been working on putting some updates together to be able to shift people from the old paradigm to the new paradigm. We're going to do that in a couple different ways. We'll walk through the flow of it all, but in general, we're going to have a couple different paradigms. We're going to have your current stuff, which we're going to call legacy wallets or legacy accounts, and the wallet will clearly define that. And then the new stuff, we're actually going to rebrand to Lambden Vault. And we'll have your new stuff, which is covered under seed phrases. So all the accounts in your Lambden Vault will be all backed up under your seed phrase. So that should be clear to the user in the UI that that's the case. They should be aware of that. When they create the vault initially, it will tell them all that stuff. And then hopefully we can get them to move their legacy accounts, all the assets to the vault. So that's the general idea. But so Andy, do you want to share the UI and we'll just show what's going on?
Yeah,
So this is a new sign-in screen.
Yep, so just like Jeff said, this is assuming that someone has a Lambden wallet. So yeah, this is the new sign-in page. Someone that's kind of having issues, we now can give them this help and FAQ on the left-hand side. But someone that it just needs to type in their password, you can see the only thing that's changed is this show hide, which is something I've been wanting a while. Just when anytime I'm using any type of site, I like when they have that show hide, just so that if I'm mistyping it, I can quickly just see that I'm making a mistake on my end and then can type in the right password and log in. So I think it takes a lot of frustration out of signing in. Anything else about this page, Jeff? So we'll go ahead and sign in. And so this is kind of the new modal that Jeff just been wanting to add, that we can now message to you what's changed in the wallet. So whether it's a small change, an announcement, or something we just need you to know in the wallet, we now have this space that tells you what's happening. So this announcement's telling you about this new vault that Jeff was talking about. So this is, let's say, wallet 2.0. And just explaining to you why this is something you should use, that seed recovery phrases are just very important to keeping your account safe. So if you add 20 new accounts, you want to write down all those 20 private keys as long as you have your seed phrase. You also will link you out to Medium to explain to you, maybe with a video. Just a lot of good resources so that nobody's confused or nobody's lost and understand the customs. Anything else on this page?
I lost your share. Oh, there we go. I got it now. Yeah, no, you did a good job. So I just want to reiterate, this would be from, this whole flow is from somebody who's already got the wallet set up. Somebody brand new to Lambden, downloading the Lambden Vault, will not have to worry about this 2 account paradigm. They'll go straight into seed phrases and they'll be good. But anyway, you can continue on, Andy.
Cool. So they'll see this big announcement, they'll hit close. And so I'm in my wallet just as I usually am, except now you'll see that I have this, my legacy account and my towel in my legacy account. And you'll see this new vault account that will explain to you how safe and secure. Again, we can link you out to Medium, or you can go ahead if you know this is something you want to do that we help most people do. You can just go ahead and create it. We do have this little, you can see this icon, exclamation point. So someone that is confused, what is this? What's a legacy account? Again, we kind of just explained to you why using a legacy account, you might be at risk of possibly losing your towel because you are using the old account, the key store, the private keys, when you could use the seed phrase instead. So if someone does want to continue and stay on the legacy, not a big deal. They can continue, but just want to give them all the information they can for this new vault.
Well, we're here, Andy. Do you want to click on what's new?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. So here you'll get a list of historical list of previous updates. You can come in here and see what you may have missed from a previous update, bug fixes, maybe if we have an announcement we want to do, or like new features will all be listed in here.
And Jeff wants a new Xbox if anybody's selling.
Mine just broke.
Oh, it just broke? Oh, no.
Yeah, it's funny you put that in there because literally my Xbox just broke last week. So.
Oh gosh. Okay, any questions up to this point? before we jump into creating a vault? Okay, so let's create a vault. So again, you kind of get this explanation page. It's a lot like the backup page that we have today. That just explains to you what this is, why you need it, why you should use it. You can still back out at any point. You're not committed at this point. But someone, again, that wants those seed recovery phrases, they can go ahead and view those. And then if you're used to using MetaMask or any other wallet, you have these seed phrases that you write down, and we let you know, just back them up in a few places. So you back them up on paper, on a USB drive, and maybe even a password manager. I know password manager, some people will tell you it's a good idea, some will tell you it's not. So that's kind of up to you, but you need to back up these seed phrases. So you can quickly select copy, or you can just write them down on paper and then select next. We have this little checkbox, so it's just one of those last steps to make sure that you are the one that's in charge of these recovery phrases. We can help you if you lose them. So we'll go ahead and hit next, and this is where we just want to make sure that you wrote them down. So we're asking you to fill in those 6 spots of those words. Maybe you even wrote it down wrong. Maybe you mixed up words. So just an easy way to just validate that you wrote them down. So I fill in my spots, and that's it. You just say you understand, and you now have this new Lambda Vault with this seed phrase attached to it.
Good. So yeah, I think this whole the UI and the aesthetic is still a little bit under construction. I like maybe the vault maybe has a different kind of look to it, just to drive home the fact that this is like kind of like where your vault is, but from largely this is kind of how it'll work. And seed phrases should be pretty familiar to people from that by now, so there shouldn't be a weird thing for people to encounter, and I think people are going to like it. So from a support standpoint, I'm going to love it. Yeah. So I think that's the whole thing in this, right, Andy?
I think so, unless you want to talk about change password. We can even show, if you want to, someone that's a new user, just to show you how easy it is to someone that's maybe just joining the community and just joining Lamden. Maybe that's a good next step. Yeah. Okay. So I just got the Lambda wallet. Someone just told me to check this Lambda Tau stuff out. So I download the wallet. I create a wallet. I enter my password, and then I immediately get my seed recovery phrases. Again, we asked you to type them in, and you just say you understand. And now I'm in my Lambda wallet. So to someone that's new, this is just so much easier and simpler and cleaner. I think it's the people with the legacy accounts plus the new accounts that they just need more help along the way.
I agree. Any questions on that? Any feedback? Feedback would be fantastic if anyone's got it. People love it.
I have a question. Does this wallet work the same way with interfaces, the same way with applications, or is there any work from developers needed to make this compatible?
So this is the same wallet. All we're going to do is in a future update, just change the branding a bit, but it will be 100% the same wallet. It's not a reinstall. It's not a new wallet. Same thing.
Okay, cool.
Let me just quickly show to someone someone did lose, let's say someone's laptop died or someone's computer died and was stolen. If they have those seed phrases, this is how they kind of restore them. So I download the Lamden wallet, I hit restore, I type in my new password, and this is where I restore my account and can type in my seed phrase. And then Jeff and I don't know yet if we'll be able to know which out of your seed phrases, which ones we found. So ideally we show you, hey, we found these accounts with your seed phrase. An alternate is just telling you like, yes, we found your seed phrases. And then when you hit finish, you're back where you started with your, you have all your tau back in your wallet. So sorry if I went through that too fast, but I just wanted to show that use case.
Good. So some updates that will hit before this hits. We got a fix for the date time bug. I know Diego will be happy. We're going to add the icon for the D app that the accounts are connected to. So if you have an account that's connected like 5 different D apps, those icons for the D app will be listed underneath the account. So just from the account screen, you can just see what your connections are. That was submitted on GitHub. We're going to add max buttons to the transfer UI. So you could just send max tau or max tokens. And then that what's new or new features, whatever we call it, screen and modal will hit. And then after that, we'll work on this new Lamden Vault. So probably sometime in the new year, I would expect that. All good? What happens if you lost your password? It seems I put your password before you can proceed with the seeds. Can you restore the wall if you lost your password? So, similar to MetaMask, your seed phrase is really what backs up your accounts. All the password is for is to like encrypt the data in the wallet. So if you have your seed phrase, the password doesn't even matter. You can always recover your accounts with the seed phrase. The password, once you put the seed phrase in the wallet, the password just lets you log into the wallet. You don't have to put your seed phrase in every time. That's all that allows you to do. Thanks, love it. Okay, cool. All right. I'm good. Andrew, you good?
Yeah, the last one was change password, but this is live now. So I don't know if you want to talk about this, but
I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. So that's it with the wallet updates. Evan is on, and I think he's going to show the mobile wallet.
Awesome. Thank you, Andy. Thanks, Jeff, as well. Let's see. Can I share screen?
Yeah, let me make you the host. Okay, you should be able to now.
All right. Can everyone see what we have here? Should be like lambdawallet.com. Awesome. So I'm actually showing it from a desktop, but everything works basically exactly the same from a mobile browser. So the idea here is just that since it's purely browser based, no a Chrome extension, then it basically works on mobile. It's not like a mobile app or anything, but still just a way to be able to use Lambden on a mobile device. So it'll be in like Safari if you're on iOS, or maybe Chrome if you're on Android. So I don't actually expect anyone would ever use this on their desktop, because there's a much better wallet that already exists, and that we just saw a preview of kind of the new features. But I will quickly go through kind of just what this mobile compatible wallet kind of looks like. So I'll log out actually. So I'll start with just what it looks like to create a new one. So kind of similar to what we saw with the seed phrase. So you would basically copy this down. It forces you to select this this, I have saved these words in a safe place. It also forces you to download basically a backup of these words. And then once you do that, then this continue button will become enabled. You can also restore an existing one. So if you have seed words, you can put them in here and basically create a new password. And the password is just to keep basically the seed words encrypted in the browser. To kind of keep compatibility with, I guess, what will be called legacy accounts. There's this, if you kind of toggle this, so you could actually just enter in a private key. So you don't need a seed phrase, but it does kind of support both. And then similar would just need to add in a actual password to encrypt things in the browser, and then hit restore. I already have seed phrase and stuff in here, so I'll just log in. Cool. And it kind of shows that you're logged in. If you click this, you can now toggle back and forth to the testnet. Toggle back. So that's kind of this home page. If you hit forget wallet, then it basically clears everything from the browser storage and session, and basically leaves no trace. And then log out just kind of logs you out, but then you can easily log back in, and you wouldn't have to like re-enter in the whole seed phrase, whereas you would if you hit forget wallet. You'd have to re-enter the seed phrase. There is a confirmation thing that pops up. So like it's not like, you know, if you accidentally click forget wallet, you can just cancel. Cool. Next, we'll go to balances. So this basically just kind of shows a list of tokens. This is just a handful. Ideally, this list might be generated dynamically or inferred some kind of way. There's a little, if you hit this little send thing, it kind of pops down with a little window, and you can enter someone's address and then an amount, and then hit send. The send button will only show up if there's some address. Probably should validate that it's not sending to itself, but it technically does let you do that. At least currently. Cancel out of that. The next piece is called connections. So this shows kind of which other websites kind of have access. It's not like they'll permanently have access, and I'll show you that in a bit. But basically, when you connect a DApp, it will spawn a new tab, and at that time, only the current DApp that you spawned the tab with will have connection. And that's just because of how the communication happens between the two browser tabs. So like a different browser tab can't communicate with this wallet, only the browser tab that spawned it. So really the only thing to do here is just whether or not like you trust the connecting DApp enough to have auto approval on or not. If you have it on, then any transaction that DApp sends to the wallet will just be signed. And the main reason for that is just it's kind of annoying to switch between tabs to approve every transaction. especially if it's like a game where you want to just press the buttons like a bunch of times. You don't want to switch back and forth tabs. Yeah, so that's basically all this does. For accounts, so there's this note here. So this is, it's only applicable if the wallet was created from a seed phrase. And then, so if it was, this is how you can kind of switch accounts. So far, it just lists the first 10. And like by default, the first one that you get signed into will be the first one. Something called like a derivation index, and it basically just increments that, and then you can basically generate as many accounts as you want from the same seed phrase. So right now it's just kind of limited to 10, but could easily be changed. So if you wanted to switch to say the second one, just enter in the password again, switch, show switched. Connections are tied to the individual account, not like the seed phrase. So if we go back to connections, we'll see that we no longer have that connection to that one site because that was only on this first account. If we go to balances, we'll see it's associated with this account. Let's go back and switch to this first one. Connections, yep. So now we see this connection again. I'll turn auto approval off, just to kind of see how the like confirming a transaction, kind of what that looks like. So we can go here. This is a DApp that is currently integrated with this mobile compatible wallet. So we would just refresh, connect, it then switches tabs. And since their auto approval isn't enabled in this connection, then it basically asks you if you want to reject or approve. And then you can also, if you want to do auto approval, you can select that there. So we'll hit approve. And then when we go back, we'll see it basically picked up the wallet info. Basically, all that login does is the wallet will send back the public key, and then the DApp is able to use that to a querying of like the token amounts and things like that. Let's see, let me actually turn auto approval off. And then we'll just hit spin, and spinning, it'll actually wait forever because what you need to do is go to the wallet and then actually hit approve. So hit approve, and then that was actually just signing the approval. So then there's a second transaction that signs the actual action. So hit approve again, then we should be able to go back here. It should pick that up. It does actually wait for, there we go. But like it's a little annoying because you have to kind of go back and forth tabs. And that's the main reason for this auto approval. So if we hit that, then we can just hit spin. If we go to this tab, we'll see it's not even asking us to sign anything. It just kind of handles that in the background. I think there's definitely some optimizations to be made just between sending messages back and forth, and there's a bunch of callbacks because I have noticed there's some latency, but eventually this should spin, and we wouldn't have had to kind of switch tabs back and forth. So there we go, see it spin. 1x. I think I'm currently down 10. That's okay. But yeah, I think there's anything else I wanted to show. I don't think so.
That's
Yeah.
good work, Evan. That's fantastic,
Any
man.
questions? Thank you, Jeff. Thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you.
that's great. I mean, well, I didn't know that was even possible. The communication between tabs like that, like secure communication.
Yep. Yep.
I love how that works. I mean, I'm sure this process can be smoothed out like butter, right? But what this concept here is amazing. You sold yourself short right off the bat. I think people would use this over the other wallet, to be honest with you. I think this is a great little thing you did. It makes mobile apps, mobile games entirely possible. So thank you for developing it.
Yeah. Awesome. Awesome. Thank you. Yeah.
See if there's any questions for you here. Someone wants to know if a backup file will work with it, like a key store file.
Probably not. The backup file is just the list of the seed words. So it's not. Yeah. I don't think that would be compatible. But like for an individual kind of account here, I think it'd be pretty simple to have like an export or like a download button where it would make the key store file.
Cool. People are saying they're already buying your token.
Oh, that's awesome.
Great job. Some comments on the design, but I'm sure
For sure. Yep. I should have prefaced with
early, I'm sure. Yeah.
mediocre at best at UI. But one thing I've actually
very functional.
just getting into kind of the Lambden ecosystem is the use of Svelte for UI instead of React. And I find it just so much better and kind of fell in love with Svelte, but that's kind of a side plug for Svelte.
I like to hear
Nice.
that. So someone's saying if they take their seed phrase from the Lambda wallet and put it into this, they should be able to have their accounts on both. And that's true. Yeah, seed phrase is a seed phrase.
Yep.
Are you using Lambda JS?
Yes. Yep. Yep.
So yeah, it's the same package.
Yeah. And I think I recall just from earlier that you're using the 24 word seed phrases. I think it's 24 words.
I believe so. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So that's the same one that that we're using here. If we log
So
out.
we just released version 3, which has all of the things. Yeah. I mean, that looks familiar.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, amazing work, Evan. I have a question as well. I was wondering, does this work with Firefox and Safari as well? The communication between the tabs?
Firefox, I haven't personally tested, but it
Okay.
definitely works on Chrome. This is what I'm currently using. And then I've tested a bunch just on my iPhone, which uses Safari.
And it does work there.
Yeah, yep, and it works there.
Okay, amazing.
I assume it would work on Firefox, but haven't actually tested it personally. Yep.
Awesome. Yeah, when I heard about this is a game changer. I actually ran in and told my wife, and she doesn't even care. I thought this is amazing.
Awesome.
This is a great job, very cool. Oh, is this official Lambden? Hold on a second. Oh no, this is not an official. This is not a Lambden thing. This is Evan's wallet.
Yep. Yep. Yeah. Happy to give up this domain name as well.
Oh no, take it.
The first thing that came to mind when I and it was available, so I was like, okay.
We did have Stu join. Stu, how's it going, man?
Yeah, it's good. What's up?
You're just
Yeah, you
creeping.
joined like this.
Yeah.
You're just creeping your own community call.
Nah, I didn't want to interrupt. I came in a little late.
Yeah.
What's up?
What do you think of Evan's wallet here?
I think it's great. I think it's long overdue. And I'd love to see it kind of fully fleshed out. Are you the guy who took the Gitcoin bounty?
Nope, nope. So the bounty, is for like technically like an actual app that you could download from like the App Store or something.
Yeah.
And I was just thinking that would take quite a bit of time, and that this was kind of a lower hanging fruit, if you will.
Yeah, totally. No, I mean, like, I think that the app can be created from this because there's a lot of these like mobile website into native app experiences. And like one of the things that I noticed that you could probably do is take advantage of like deep linking. So like you're switching the browser and something like that. So I don't think it'd be really tricky to actually, if you wanted to flesh it out into a mobile app, to do that. I think it's great. And I think it's something that, you know, like Jeff said, the wallet that we have right now is tailored for a desktop user. It has a lot of the features, but a lot of users are using their phones, especially for like games and stuff like that. And so they don't need all of the features that we have in there. So something like this is perfect.
Yep. Yeah, I agree.
Love it.
Amazing.
Anything else, Evan?
No. That's everything. Thanks for letting me share. I guess I'll stop sharing now and we can move on.
Thanks again.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thanks, Evan. Taxi is up next if you want to give an update on Rubik's DAO.
Yeah. Hey guys, thanks for having me again.
How's it going?
So I'm gonna do a short one actually, because we have, so since last update, we have been bug fixing a little bit the protocol. There were some integer related bugs that kind of like slip by, or you didn't test that deployments and everything. So we've been over the past month kind of like bug fixing everything needed to have the protocol work as well, work perfectly once we launch. We've been also looking at different launch strategies and sort of like the best way to use the token launch to bootstrap our product and have like these very deep liquidity pools that you want to have a solid platform, right? So once I think so our lead dev on that front is saying that we are on the final phase of that, so of the bug fixing part. So once the protocol is working up to a spec, we're going to launch on mainnet, and we're going to allow you guys to test it out and have a go at it and take a loan, and get some feedback before doing sort of a full launch. So that's what we're looking at over the next few weeks. And since it's, the Christmas period is coming like real quick, Pro is going to be either by the 15th of December, or if it prolongs a little bit, it would be like the first week of next year, right? This next event. So yeah, if anyone has any questions or things, would love to have some feedback, because I can't really hear anyone.
Oh, we were listening to you.
Yeah,
Everyone's so excited about Rubik's that, you know, I think they just want it out.
it's been a super cool thing to work on, actually.
Any questions about Rubik's at all? Everyone knows what it is.
Yeah, they're just waiting for it to launch.
Oh, everyone just wants to buy your token.
Yeah, we'll try to make it so that it's a fair launch as possible. One thing that we could think of doing is setting aside some tokens for first-time users and everyone who helps us stress test the protocol once we launch. I think that's going to get everyone excited to use it at least once and understand how it works. And well, I think that's going to be a great way for the community at large to make sure they can get at least a little bit of Rubix once it launches.
Yeah, for sure. I got a question for you in the chat. What is the main utility around the token? And what benefits will it bring to the Lambden ecosystem?
Right. So the Rubix idea is to provide a lending platform or to provide collateralized vault positions, right? Which are you put DAO in and you get a stable coin. This allows people who are big shareholders of DAO to remain big shareholders while also bootstrapping the environment and the ecosystem with their liquidity. So instead of having to sell large amounts of Lamden, they can take these huge loans and help finance basically the development of the next wave of applications. Also, of course, this is a service that's meant for profit as a business. So this protocol is going to charge a maintenance fee, and it's going to be charging well, it's not specific, it's not interest, but it's a fee for the product, right? So as people take more loans, we are taking some profits there, which are used to basically collateralize the token value. The way that we use that down the line, it could be buybacks or paying for more development or providing liquidity or providing a yield. There are several ways that we could make or rather capitalize on the value generated by the protocol. Never mind the protocol fees from the usage of the platform, right? Because this is intended to end up being a protocol that produces a lot of fees because of activity on the contract itself. So there's a lot of things to look forward as a value generation system.
Very nice.
Yes,
questions
I mean
for Rubik?
Celsius are like the first guys in this market, and it just comes from that.
All good. Thanks for running us through that.
No problem. If you guys want to know more about it, we have a super cool Discord. As a community is growing, so make sure you're part of it and help us make decisions, because we are happy to hear feedback on what's the best way to start this network. I mean, we have the protocol that's working, but we would like to know about if you prefer, for example, airdrop versus liquidity mining, or several things that we could try to make the best out of this. So we're open for that sort of feedback.
Sounds good. Thanks, Ataxia. So
Okay, no problem.
I think we just have Q&A, and then we'll call it a day. So just shout out if anybody has any questions to ask Stu and Jeff and anybody else in the community.
Doesn't look like it, Andy.
Yeah, I can also something else I wanted to do is we have this awesome roadmap that I've been wanting to. Let's see. It looks like Evan's still the host. Evan, can you send me back host privileges?
Yep. Let's see. How do I do that? Security. There you go.
Cool, thanks. So I don't know who started this. I don't know if this was Benji or GB or but I think this was a community effort that a bunch of people put together, a Lambda roadmap. And if you haven't had the chance to see this yet, it'll be on the new Lambda website too, so you can quickly get access to it. But I don't know if anything jumps out at anybody that they want to discuss. I know we're working on the new Lambda website, which is close to being done. I think we still need just feedback from, just need final sign off from Jeff and Stu, but so that's about to launch. So, and Jeff and Stu, I don't know if you want to talk about that one.
No, I mean, the guys got it live up on test. I mean, it looks good. You did a good job designing it. It's clean. We need some updated pictures, which I'll talk to you afterwards, but you know, I think it's ready to go. The bridge, maybe we should talk about that.
Yeah, let's talk about that. We finalized everything in terms of the back and forth. It took forever, but here we are. And so we're planning on launching a BSC two-way bridge on Wednesday. So what we're going to do is we're going to snapshot all the current holders. We're going to pull the liquidity from the current token. So do not be alarmed if and when that happens. And then the liquidity will be moved over to the new pool. And before that happens, everybody will be airdrop the new token. So wherever you have it in whatever wallet, you will get this other token, and that will be done automatically. And so don't be alarmed. However, there's not a ton of people in this call. So we're also going to release a Medium article, and inevitably people are going to come into the group and have questions about that. But we're going to be adding a little bit more liquidity as well on the PancakeSwap side. We also want to look at doing a Uniswap, wrapped Uniswap clone, which, you know, tokens on tokens on tokens. But I think that'll also help bring in some more liquidity from that side.
So yeah, so we'll have Tau coming in from Ethereum, we'll have Tau coming in from Binance Network.
Yes, yes.
And
These are wrapped versions of the mainnet coin. And so those coins will have to be provided by users. So if you want to provide liquidity, you have to move your tokens over. If you already have tokens on there, you'll be airdropped them. But like for the example of if we go on Uniswap, or if we choose like another network, like maybe we go on, I don't know, Avalanche or some other EVM clone, then people would have to move over to that. So someone's talking about exchanges, which is, you know, that's how it goes. But I mean, I think that the roadmap is essentially working on getting liquidity. We have some KOLs that are kind of helping us out, which will help with exposure. And we think that soon enough, we'll be, you know, in the rightful place where everyone thinks Lambda should be. But in terms of like specifics, I'm not going to get into specifics.
okay. Anyone have any questions on the bridge? I mean, it's pretty straightforward, but I thought having the token on Ethereum as well was a great idea.
Yeah, and we'll be providing liquidity as well. And so hopefully that will kind of spark interest from there. And maybe the nodes. You want to talk about the nodes?
There hasn't been, I've been, as Stu kind of alluded to, I've been pretty busy on the bridge side. So nodes took a little bit of a second fiddle for the last month. We have some help on the nodes, so those people are doing what they can and checking off some boxes, but main protocol wise, it needs some more focus, and hopefully after this week I can get focused back on it. There won't be nodes, I don't believe, by the end of the year, which is unfortunate. That's not something I thought we would miss, but we got more popular than I could imagine in the last 4 weeks or 4 months, and that kind of made other things priority, and so we didn't get much time to work on the nodes as we once had.
We are actively looking at getting more full-time resources to help us though. So it's not like we're kind of stuck as it is. So we're currently negotiating with some other resources, and hopefully we can have someone else kind of come in and take the lead on there so that we bring that up. But yeah. And in terms of the video tutorial, if you've used Lamden link, it's the same. It's just going to be the same exact thing, except you're going to be able to take Lamden and move it to BSC. That's it. So I think we have plenty of Lamden link resources available.
Or move it to Ethereum.
Yeah, yeah.
Which might be confusing for some people, but yeah, because we already have the ERC Lamden tile, but
Yeah.
we'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of time for nodes. Yes, it's just a matter of time.
Yeah, it's a complicated thing. I mean, like it's always like an asterisk, like, oh, we're almost there, and it always is like we're almost there. But really, I believe that we are. Jeff, yeah, you can fill it on this. We're at like a point where we're doing all the consensus edge cases, right? And if we're doing secure sockets, is that correct?
Yep.
Yeah. And so obviously all the edge cases around consensus and the groups, and we have like a unique consensus system. And so we have to like logically deduce and put the network into weird situations so that we make sure that we have all the edge cases rounded out, and that just takes time. And it's like an asynchronous system, and it's a distributed system, so the testing is not as straightforward. Not that it's just work. I mean, it's always just work. So
any questions on nodes?
I love you too.
Oh, we have one.
Rambo.
There's nothing else on there, Andy, you wanted to hit on that site?
Nope. Nope. We can call it. We feel like if we
We sell those pre-programmed pies for the nodes. That would be sweet. They might not be pies. I don't know, Jeff, unless I don't know. Like, was the pie working in the cluster, or was it falling behind last time?
It does, and it doesn't.
Okay,
But
so maybe
I think
in
we
worst
might get
case,
there though. I think we might get there though.
yeah, yeah. In worst case scenario, there's like these Intel NUCs, which are called like next unit of computing or some bullshit, and it's basically like a little mini computer. It's a little more expensive, but it's like a similar form factor, and then maybe we can like laser etch them and then sell them, and like do a limited run or something like that. I don't know, but that would be super sweet. Just for shits, preload like the software on there or something,
Yeah, that'd be sweet. Okay, I don't see any more questions. Cool, guys. Thanks, Andy, for organizing this. You're the best.
Thank you.
Cool.
Bye, guys.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure. Thanks. Bye-bye.